you have someone you care about? A brother? A sister? A friend? Imagine, just for a moment, that they were taken away from you. How would you feel? Now imagine if the reason they were taken away from you was something that could have been prevented. In the UK, an 18-year-old driver is more than 3 times as likely to be involved in a car crash as a 48-year-old. This is why it's so important that young drivers, like me and you, know the dangers we face to ourselves and to others when we're behind the wheel, and what we can do to be better, safer drivers. Dale is 19. She tragically lost her brother Christopher in a car accident caused by young people 2 years ago.
My brother was just out with his friends at night, and the 17-year-old had picked up 2 girls in his car, and his friend was in the car as well, and he was just showing off to his friends. Chris and his friends were crossing the road, and it's on a big road near where I live, and basically he hit Chris. He was pretty much killed instantly.
How have your family reacted to?
I think we're still all in shock, to be honest. I don't think we'll ever really come to terms with what happened.
If you could say anything to the people who were involved, what would you say?
Oh, I don't know, I've never really thought about it. I suppose to the driver, I think he should take responsibility for it. And it's that attitude that we're trying to change, that it never happens to you, and that you're a safe driver. Just because you've got a licence doesn't mean that you're a safe driver. Just appreciate how much of a dangerous piece of machinery you're in charge of, because driving's amazing. I love driving, but it's got to be safe. You've got to know that what you're actually in control of is a weapon. That you're in charge of people's lives, especially if you're getting your friends in the car and you're going to drive like an idiot. That's your friend's life that you're playing with there. And I can't stress enough how important it is that you take it seriously, because it changes your life completely.
Police officer Mike Hewitt deals first-hand with road traffic accidents involving young drivers.
I mean, it's difficult at times to be able to detach yourself when you're basically involving yourself in a family that's actually devastated from a road traffic collision involving either serious injury or a fatality. Those fatalities are ranging from babies right up to the elderly. So it is extremely difficult at times to detach yourself from a situation like that when you've been involved with a family all the way through an investigation.
Do you find that young people are often unaware of how fast they've been driving?
What you've got to consider is it's inexperience, and once you've got inexperience coupled with the speed element, that's where the difficulty lies. But a lot of youth drivers, we find that they don't look ahead and read the warning signals. They're only looking at a short distance in front, and couple that with inexperience and speed, that's where the difficulty is caused in many cases.
To find out how drivers change their habits after passing, we're putting experienced driver Kat to the test. Kat's been driving for 5 years, and today she's going to take a mock driving test to see if she'd still pass again. Okay, so Jeff, what are you going to be doing with Kat today?
Well, I taught Kat to drive a few years ago, and what we're going to do today, we're going to simulate a mock driving test to assess what her driving's like, see whether she's improved or deteriorated over the years.
Do you think she'll have improved?
Most people don't, but we'll see. She might surprise me. We'll see as she goes on.
So Kat, how would you rate yourself as a driver?
I think I'm quite a good driver. I've been driving for a few years. Yeah, I'd say I'm quite good. I'd give myself 3.5, 4 out of 5.
So how do you think you're going to do today?
I'm a bit nervous. I don't actually know what bad habits I've picked up. I don't really have any idea, so I'm hoping that means I haven't got any, but we'll see.
Good luck.
Thanks, I think I'll need it.
Right, so what I want you to do, well, I'll turn right at the end to start with. What I want you to do though, Kat, is follow the road ahead, unless I ask you to turn left or right.
Okay.
Which I'll give you in plenty of time. Take the next road on the left. Right, what I'd like you to do now, I'd like to drive alongside the car, stop, reverse back and park in front of the car.
God. Oh no!
Take the next road on the right. 30 mile an hour here. You're in third gear then. Okay, that concludes the mock driving test.
Okay.
I'm sorry to tell you, you've not passed. Would you like me to explain the reasons why?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, when you're driving off or when you're setting off, it's important that your blind spots are always checked.
Okay.
Driving through the town centre in Farnworth, you was too close to the car in front.
Okay.
You should have a minimum of 2 seconds.
Okay.
When leaving the roundabout,
Yep.
you should be indicating to let people know what you're doing.
Okay.
You didn't indicate left coming off the roundabout.
Okay.
He was breaking the speed limit, he was doing nearly 37, 38 in the 30 zone.
Okay.
And just before joining the dual carriageway, you moved off in 4th gear.
That's awful, isn't it? That is terrible.
That surprised you, that?
Yeah. It's strange that, like, I consider myself, like, a good driver and that I wouldn't pass it for 5 massive reasons.
The number of accidents involving people aged 17 to 25 is so high that one insurance company now installs smart boxes into the cars, which monitor every movement a driver makes. So Grant, you've got this revolutionary new device. Tell us about it.
Well, the way our young driver insurance works, we fit one of these smart boxes into your car. The smart box then measures how safely the young person is driving. So it measures how fast they're driving, how harshly they brake and accelerate, how fast they go around corners, and what times of day they're driving, and in particular how often they drive late at night when we know that most accidents happen. We know that 3,000 young people are killed or seriously injured on the UK's roads every year. Now that's just far too many, and if we can help in a small way to encourage young drivers to drive more safely and educate them how to drive more safely.
I think one of the main key messages I could offer to young drivers within that first 2 years and beyond, statistics show that between 16 and 24, some of the major causes of accidents are caused in young people, and it's just slow down. Think about what you're doing. Look ahead at the road and take the information in as you're driving down the road. Don't just look at the end of the bonnet, and have a bit more consideration for other road users.
The destruction that can be caused just by getting behind that wheel and not taking it seriously, it's absolutely insane. So I'd just say, understand what power you've got and be careful, because it could be your families who are being affected by it tomorrow and you won't even know it.
Every day in the UK, someone is told the news that their brother, sister, friend or family member has been killed in a car accident. Thousands of lives a year are affected, not just the families of those killed, but also the families of those who caused the accident. Passing your test is a life-changing experience, but with it comes responsibility. Their life is in your hands.